Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Tower of Terror, Ratatouille. Disneyland Paris is packed with huge rides that pull in massive crowds. In this video, we're going to give a bit of love to the smaller but equally fantastic attractions that there are at Disneyland Paris. Hello fellow Disney fans, welcome to the very first video on this channel discussing Disney. My name's Ian, I'm a huge Disney fanatic. I love the movies, I love the parks, and this channel's going to focus mainly on those two things. If you like what you see, remember to hit the like button, that would help me massively, and also please consider subscribing too. Now, Walt Disney's vision when he created Disneyland was to provide and create something for everyone of any age to enjoy. He said, "It is my wish to delight all members of the family, young and old, parent and child." The idea of Disney Parks wasn't just to bring the studio's classic work to life, it was for people to be actively part of the story. There's no doubt that Disney theme parks lead the way in creative storytelling. And the theming, as we know, is second to none. This has led to classic rides such as Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Hollywood Tower of Terror, Pirates of the Caribbean, Ratatouille in more recent years at Disneyland Paris. And all of those amazing rides have tremendous backstories. For example, Big Thunder Mountain isn't just about Big Thunder Mountain. The whole of Frontierland is built around the story of the Big Thunder Mountain mining company. Even from the moment you enter Frontierland, you are in the story. As you enter Frontierland, you enter the town Thunder Mesa, and you will notice that it's surrounded by a wooden fort. Now, this fort was, in the story, designed to keep the native Indians out from getting into the town. So when you walk into Frontierland, you're actually walking into the mining town. So Big Thunder Mountain was a place where there was a huge gold rush, and the town grew from there. It prospered and the population rose rapidly. As the population grew, the owners of the mining company, they built Ravenswood Manor, or Phantom Manor as it's known to you and me, and that of course has its own amazing backstory which I don't have time to go into here, but maybe I will in a later video. Then you've got Tower of Terror and the amazing backstory of that. The Hollywood Tower Hotel, a hangout for the rich and famous. One night it was struck by lightning and mysteriously 5 guests who were in the elevator went missing, along with parts of the hotel. So the hotel was abandoned, and many years later we get to go in as guests and experience the hotel for ourselves. And the theming is obviously fantastic, but you know, the story that goes with it, it's just brilliant. And then of course there's something like Pirates of the Caribbean, which just follows the journey of a group of pirates as they adventure and their exploits are unfold before our eyes, and we are in the story. It is just brilliant. Disney does that better than anyone else. So as well as these huge classic rides, Disneyland Paris is full of smaller but equally worthy of our time attractions. And today I'm going to dig into 5 of my favourite things to do at Disneyland Paris that perhaps get overlooked by a lot of people. So number 5 on my list is Discovery Arcades, which are on either side of Main Street USA, and to be honest, I've known people who have been to Disneyland Paris and actually haven't realised that they're there. I don't know how you can realise they're not there, but there are people who go to Disneyland Paris and don't even realise that they exist. Now, why they're great is that, first of all, obviously Paris is a northern European city, and the climate there is not always, you know, it's not Florida and it's not California, is it? It's chilly, it can be quite cold, and the weather can be hit and miss. The arcades were specifically designed for that, with that thought in mind, and they do their jobs brilliantly. You know, they're a good place to hang out if the weather's not great, if it's wet, if it's windy, if it's cold. They're kind of a good way to get through the park into the central square. Now, a good tip here is the Liberty Arcade, which is the arcade on the left-hand side as you look towards the castle as you enter the park. The Liberty Arcade on the left-hand side is brilliant because actually it gives you a fast-track entrance into Frontierland, and not a lot of people know that. But if you go all the way through that arcade and keep to the left, there is a sort of, not a secret entrance obviously, but there's a little known entrance into Frontierland. Now, what's good about that is, if you're in the rush for fast passes in the morning within Frontierland, because Frontierland opens later than some of the other areas in the park, It's good to get in at that entrance because then you can get in quicker. There's not the big crowd that you're competing with to get through there. So there's a good tip for you. So number 4 on my list is the Captain Jack's restaurant, formerly known as Blue Lagoon. Now, I haven't actually been to the restaurant since it's rethemed as Captain Jack's. However, I did go when it was Blue Lagoon, and it was one of my favourite experiences I've ever had in Disneyland Paris. I was fortunate enough to go there with my wife once. It was just the two of us, and it was honestly one of the best experiences I've ever had in Disneyland Paris. It was just brilliant. We had great food, we drank glotinis, which are always amazing because they look incredible, and one of the desserts we ordered was the creme brulee, and that came to the table on fire, and it was just incredible because it's a dark restaurant. There's not a lot of light in there, and so all these effects from the food and the drink was just incredible, and I would seriously recommend, if you go to that restaurant, having a glotini, because of the darkness, it really lights up. It just makes it special. It's a brilliant place. Now obviously it's housed inside the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, so you are able to watch boats of pirates go past, and you can wave at them as they make their way around through the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place, and the food is great. It is pricey, but it is worth it for a special occasion. Okay, number 3 on my list is the Railroad. So I must admit, for years I was never bothered about the Railroad. Obviously you walk under it every time you walk through Disneyland Paris, but it just never bothered me at all. I was too busy trying to head to the big attractions, trying to grab fast passes, trying to get on the big attractions. But the more times you visit a Disney park, the more you can chill out a bit, and the more you can appreciate the other things that are going on. Now the Railroad is a staple of all the Disney parks, and the reason for that is because Walt Disney himself loved railroads. He loved trains. He had his own train at his house, and he was obsessed with trains, and that's why they are always a part of Disneyland parks. They're really, really important to Walt Disney himself. What's great about it is the fact that it takes you all around the park. It takes about 20 minutes, so it's a lovely, relaxing time. You can sit, you can chat, you can look at the park from loads of different viewpoints you would never normally get. It's a brilliant, brilliant ride for that. And also just Disney with its detail is just fantastic. So as you go through Frontierland, you actually go through a tunnel which is part of the mine, and you sort of see all sorts of different animals and wildlife and all these different details that are just kind of make it special. It's worth doing. You can do a full loop of the park, or you can get off at one of the stations around the park, and it obviously saves you walking. It's just great and well worth doing on any trip. Number 2 on my list is a ride. It's Peter Pan ride. The thing with the Peter Pan ride is it's part of the extra magic times. So when I went to Disneyland Paris, and that was one of the attractions that was open in the morning, clearly we walked straight onto it. And I walked onto it without any sort of idea that it was going to be anything special. I just thought it was a little kids ride. And I just loved it. I just loved it straight away. It is just brilliant. And I don't want to spoil the ride if you haven't been on it, but there's just one part of the ride where you fly over London, and it is just really, really special. And I've got great memories with my daughters and my wife of that ride, enjoying it, and we went on several times because we all loved it so much, and it's just really well done. Now, it's not the most technologically advanced ride. It's not going to amaze you with special effects or anything like that, but that isn't the point of that ride. It is just so well done. It's an older ride, but it just works. It's special. It's just Disney at its best. And my number 1 favourite underrated thing to do when you're at Disneyland Paris is visit Cafe Fantasia. Now, this is one that a lot of people probably aren't even aware of, or if they are aware of, probably don't even realise that they're allowed to go in it even if you're not staying at the Disneyland Hotel. Cafe Fantasia is located opposite Inventions Restaurant, right in the middle of the Disneyland Hotel. The wallpaper that is used in one of the rooms that you can sit in is covered in classic Disney music, and I just love that. Again, it's just those little details that Disney do that are just wonderful. It's not just notes on the wall, it is actual Disney songs, the music for Disney songs on the wall. It's just wonderful. The whole place just has a really, really relaxed vibe to it. So after watching the fireworks, at the end of the day, it is the perfect place to go and sit with your loved ones, enjoy a drink, enjoy the surroundings, chill out and relax while everyone else is making their way for the buses and back to their hotels and to their cars, and kind of just, it's just great to sit in there and avoid the chaos that's going on outside until that's passed. And it's just a really nice place where you can just sit with your family, sit with your loved ones, and like I said, just have a drink, enjoy the time together, relive all the memories that you've made on that day and your trip, and it's just very, very special. So there's also a pianist who plays just to add to the vibe and add to the mood, add to the occasion. It's just pure Disney magic. So there you have it, my top 5 underrated attractions at Disneyland Paris. I would absolutely love to know what you think. What is your favourite underrated attraction or thing to do at Disneyland Paris? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion about this with you. If you've liked this video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything on this channel. And I can't wait to make the next video really soon.